Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check the Happymodel Mobula 7 Micro Brushless Swoop. In this video I'm going to go over its features, set it up, and test it both indoors and outdoors using 1S and 2S Lipo batteries. The Mobula 7 is available in two versions. You can get a basic one which comes with a simple USB charger which will enable you to charge a single 1S Lipo battery. The standard one comes with a 6-way battery charger, which will enable you to charge 6 1S Lipo batteries simultaneously, and you have to take into consideration that the Mobula 7 is a 2S swoop, which means it is using two 1S separate batteries, so I recommend to get the basic version only if you already got an advanced charger, and the price difference is only $6, so I think that anyway getting the standard version is a better choice. In addition, the Mobula 7 is a bind and fly quadcopter and the receiver is built into the flight controller. You can choose between three receiver options, so either Frsky, LBT or FCC receivers, Flysky or DSM2/DSMX receiver. Inside the box you can find the Mobula 7, a 6-way Lipo battery charger, since this is the advanced version, the user manual, a bag with a set of spare propellers, a screwdriver, a propeller extractor tool and some extra screws, and 4 250 mAh 1S LHV batteries. You should note that by default the charger is set to charge Lipo batteries with a terminal voltage per cell of 4.2 volts, and when charging the included batteries you have to flip this switch to the left, which means it's going to charge LHV batteries with a terminal voltage per cell of 4.35 volts. In addition, you can also set the current. When this switch is set to the bottom, it's going to charge at 0.2 amperes, and when it's going to set to the top position, it's going to charge at 0.6 amperes. In terms of components, the Mobula 7 is using 0802 16,000 kV motors and 40mm props, which are very well secured to the motors, and these propellers are bigger than the ones that are being used with the smaller models, which are 31mm props. The motors are connected to the flight controller using this 3-pins connector, a thing that has become pretty standard for micro brushless swoops, so replacing a motor is pretty easy and won't require you to do any soldering work. The flight controller is the RacerStar Crazybee F3 PRO, which is the advanced version of the RacerStar Crazybee F3. The difference between these two versions is that the Crazybee Pro can now support 2S Lipo batteries in addition to supporting 1S Lipo batteries. It has a built-in 4-in-1 5A BLLES ESC and also a built-in receiver depending on the version that you've got. Under the canopy we can find an all-in-one 700 TV line CMOS camera. Its VTX supports 40 channels and smart audio, and the output strength is not adjustable and is set to 25 mW. In addition, the angle of the camera can be adjusted by loosening the screws on the sides, and then it goes all the way up to about 35 degrees angle. On top of the flight controller, inside the canopy, we can find a pretty loud buzzer, which is a nice add-on, especially when flying the quadcopter outdoors, and the canopy is secured using 3 screws, and I don't really suggest removing it unless you really have to, because putting it back is not an easy task. Anyway, the bind button is located over here, and you can access it without removing the canopy. The weight of the Mobula 7 without any batteries, including the 3D printed TPU adapter that allows you to use two 1S Lipo batteries simultaneously, is 28.8 grams. After removing this adapter, the weight is 27.8 grams, so this adapter weighs 1 gram. After adding two 1S Lipo batteries, the total weight is 42.5 grams. With a single battery without the adapter, the weight is 34.4 grams. And with this 600 mAh 1S Lipo battery, which I'm also going to test this quadcopter with, the total weight is 42.3 grams. On the bottom of the Mobula 7, we can find two JST 2.0 battery connectors. They are connected in serial, which means if you're going to plug just one battery, it's not going to power the quadcopter. If you do want to use a 1S battery, you will need to prepare this type of adapter. All you have to do is just to buy this JST plug, cut it over here, and then just solder the two ends together. Then you just need to insert this plug into one of the JST 2.0 female connectors. And then as you can see, the Mobula 7 is going to power up. When binding the Frsky version, you have two options. The default option is D16, and under SPI RX support, it's going to be set to Frsky X. If you would like to change it to D8, you will need to change it to Frsky D. Then in order to bind it, you will need to power up the Mobula 7. Then short press the bind button, which is located over here. You will know that you are in binding mode when the LEDs on the bottom become solid. Then in a remote controller, depending on the options that you chose, either D16 or D8, hit bind, and after a successful bind, you're going to receive the RSSI indication on your remote controller. If you'd like to display the RSSI, which stands for Radio Signal Strength Indicator, on your OSD, what you're going to need to do is to create a new input. I've already done it, and the source should be RSSI, scale is 100 dB, weight 100, offset 0, then go back, and under mixer you have to choose a free channel between 5 to 8. The source of the mixer is the RSSI channel that you previously configured, the weight is 200, the offset is -100, and then under the receiver tab on Betaflight you will have to choose the auxiliary channel that you just configured as the source for the RSSI. I know this explanation was pretty short, and if it wasn't clear enough, please let me know, and I'm going to try to better explain it next time, or even post a separate video about it. The next thing I'm going to do is to test the Mobula 7 using 1S and 2S Lipo batteries, both indoors and outdoors, so I hope you will enjoy the rest of this video, and I will see you in the end of it in order to give you my conclusion. So overall, after testing the Mobula 7, I can tell you that this is the best micro brushless swoop that I've tested so far. I'm still testing the Emax Tiny Hawk, but I can tell you that these quadcopters are different. This is much more powerful, and I had fun flying it both with 2S and also with 1S. So I recommend for flying indoors, you should make this little jumper, and then you'll be able to fly it indoors without any problems. In terms of flight time, I could get around 2.5 minutes using the included 250 mAh LHV batteries and around 3 minutes using the Crazy Pony 600 mAh Lipo battery. So I recommend to get at least 6 more batteries in addition to the 4 included ones in order to better enjoy this quadcopter. Another great feature of the Mobula is its propellers. They are well secured and they never got detached during the flights, a thing that happened to me with some of the other whoops I've reviewed. In addition, they are pretty strong and durable and they are not going to break easily, so the extra set you get in with the Mobula 7 should be more than enough. When flying the Mobula 7 outdoors, I could get to around 150 meters, and the main limitation is the receiver and not the 25mW VTX. You can, if you'd like, add an external receiver, but you have to remember it will add some weight and might damage the performance of the Mobula. So, is the Mobula 7 the perfect micro brushless swoop? And the answer, in my opinion, is almost. If it had just a little bit more flexible frame, just like the frame of the Emax Tiny Hawk, and if the receiver was just a little bit better, and also maybe the default PAD tunings were a little bit better because it did suffer from some prop-rosh, as you could see in the flight footage, the answer would be yes, but still, in my opinion, this is the best micro brushless swoop at the moment you can buy, and it is both suitable for beginners and advanced pilots, since beginners can adjust the angle of the camera and also use this plug in order to use the Mobula 7 with a 1S battery, which should make it a little bit more beginner friendly. So if you can afford the $100 price, which in my opinion is not that expensive for what you're getting, you should definitely give it a try, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you find it useful. If you have any questions about the Mobula 7, feel free to ask it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell if you're not already subscribed. See you in my next videos, and goodbye.